Colorectal cancer is now the second leading cause of death in the United States, yet it can develop silently in the body for more than a decade before symptoms appear. So we're just about to have a podcast. I think you're going to really enjoy it, where we're going to talk about so many options available for cellular health and helping the body with these particular cells during the diagnosis and even before the diagnosis. So I think you're going to enjoy it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron, and today I'm here with Dr. Chris Cormier, and we're going to be talking about colorectal cancer, being that it's Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Woo!
Yes.
A lot of
You
words,
did
huh?
good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Cormier. How are you doing today?
Good, Cameron. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. First question is, why is colorectal cancer still killing so many people? Being all the modern technology we've gotten over these years, you would think that they would have solutions, but it's still killing a lot of people.
Yeah, so I would say, remember, in the body, first and foremost, I want to make sure people understand I'm not a cancer doctor, but at the same time, we are focused on the body's ability to heal itself, or the body's self-healing capacity.
Yes.
Which you have this amazing body that you're born with that has this intrinsic, innate ability to heal itself, and so your body is filled with trillions of cells, which is crazy to think about. It's trillions of cells. And so those cells should look like this. This is a perfectly healthy cell. Now, this is not a scientific image. It's an AI image, but this cell will never get any type of cancer, right? It's perfectly healthy. It doesn't get a virus. It doesn't get inflamed. And basically, it can do its job. There's not a single person on this planet that's born with all their cells that look like this. We all have genetic defects. So basically, nobody starts out with a full self-healing, all those cells self-healing at a full capacity in every one of your cells. And so from the moment you start living, you got physical stresses, emotional stresses, and environmental stresses. And any one of those stresses can knock the health off in a cell and make it even more unhealthy, like this. This would be a really unhealthy cell, and this would be a dying cell, okay? So you can imagine, in today's world, we have so much stress.
Yes.
So many chemicals and toxins and additives and preservatives and heavy metals and Wi-Fi, right? There's so much on the environmental side that these cells in your body, they basically, the more toxic and nasty they get, then they'll start to turn like this. This is where cancer cells start.
Yeah.
You know, these cells get so desperate, they don't know what to do. If that makes sense. So
100%.
there's a lot of answers, in my opinion. And you got to figure your lower colon, that's where a lot of these toxins are. Your body should be getting this stuff out. And sometimes it's just not getting rid of all the toxins it has.
So you talk about a lot of environmental stressors, physical stressors. What are ways to get these cells that look like the dying cell that you showed back to looking like a healthy cell?
So our clinic here, the Nerve Health Institute, we've been completely non-invasive for all these years, and we focus on basic ingredients for cells. Like, people don't realize this, but the number one ingredient for a cell is oxygen gas. So when a cell is 65%, the body should be 65% oxygen, which is crazy.
Yes.
And nobody breathes enough, and we don't breathe, and we don't know what we're breathing anymore. So over time, cells, they lose oxygenation and they get sick like these. Yeah. This cell might be 20%, this cell might be 2%. Yeah. So basically, over time, we got to get oxygen back to cells. And I think it's well documented that the presence of oxygen in the body is a lack of disease. Yes. I mean, it's well documented. That's because it's the number one ingredient. So we got to get that in. Water is crucial. That'd be the second most prevalent ingredient. Light energy is crucial. So that's your brain and its fiber optic power. It's wired to all the trillions of cells in your body, which is crazy. So you got to have that light energy flowing. We work on that. Then we work on frequency, magnetism, and nutrients. But I'll tell you something that we've had to add regarding detox. I've had a non-invasive clinic for all these years, and now we see so many people who are so toxic, filled with microplastics and microbes and spike proteins and just all kinds of nasty heavy metals, stuff in your body that's accumulated over time. So we have this procedure called EBU, where it takes the blood out of one of your arms. It filters 60% of all that stuff out, and then it actually oxygenates and ozonates and puts it back in the other arm. So
Wow.
it's truthfully the fastest detox I've ever seen. And it literally takes all that crud out of your blood, and it sparks up your body's ability to heal itself.
That is amazing.
Yes.
It is said that around 1.4 million people are suffering with this type of cancer at the moment.
In the United States.
Yes, in the United States alone, which
Yep.
is absolutely crazy. What, to go with the United States and the health that's going on now, what do you think contributes to this trend of this disease?
I kind of go through this a lot, and I'm not here to bash other people so much. I'm just here to point out facts.
Yes.
So when you think about the food industry, they want you to buy the cheapest products. Remember, the products that are healthy cost more.
Yes, that's true.
The products that are cheap, they have a lot of really long ingredients sometimes that you can't even pronounce. And you know they're not healthy for you, but yet people buy them because they're less expensive.
Yes.
Well, the food companies basically want you to buy the cheapest foods that contain the most chemicals for the chemical companies. And then those foods make you the sickest and most toxic, so that you'll get the sickest so that you can use more prescription drugs for the drug companies, so that you're going to use the health insurance that covers the drugs.
Wow.
And all those companies for many years have lobbied politicians in the United States and forced it into what we're in right now. Because if you go back 50, 100 years, the food was God-made food.
Yes.
More so of it. And now it's all these man-made things they've come up with chemicals and toxins and additives and preservatives. And I mean, you can do an experiment where you just go to Europe for a week or so, and you can eat almost whatever you want, and you don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But you come back here, and it's just there, and it is what it is.
Yeah. What are some warning signs that people should pay attention to before even ever getting a diagnosis like this?
Yeah. So basically, I tell people all the time, you should be doing some preventative measures for your body every single day. So we not only have the Nerve Health Institute, but we also have our online platform. Everything we're centering here is all about self-healing. So if you try to keep your self-healing at the highest level possible, the likelihood you're going to get any crazy conditions like, colorectal cancer is less. It's a simple fact. But once you start to let some of these cells kind of get more unhealthy in your body, and you're not doing basic things to be able to help them, you can get crazy symptoms. Like with this condition, maybe you get bleeding, maybe you get some pain. It could be pain in your back. It could be pain in your rectum. It could be pain in your colon. Maybe you're not digesting your food as good. All these are like symptoms that start, and you want to think of it from my perspective. The symptoms start with disconnects with the brain to those cells, and those cells don't stay healthy. Maybe the oxygen gets low in those cells, the frequency's not right, the magnetism, the grounding's not right, the nutrients aren't right in those cells, and the longer those things stay in place without the proper care, the more likelihood you're going to get something.
With that platform that you're just talking about, the Bodychargers by Dr. Chris, what do you offer through there that could help somebody out with this condition?
An entire education on self-healing. When I actually bring the words up self-healing, most people don't know what it is, because Big Pharma's done a wonderful job of like erasing people's belief in their bodies. But so self-healing, we got to bring back in people. We got to teach people that it's all about self-healing. That's what Bodychargers is. It's literally a coaching platform, a teaching platform to teach people all about the body and how it works and what you should be doing. In there, for instance, we have like a 28-day cell sparking challenge. We call it the cell sparking challenge. And they're just, each day is teaching you various things you should be doing on a daily basis to maintain these basic ingredients like oxygen, water, light, frequency, magnetism, nutrients. And basically people aren't doing those things. Yeah. So it's all about just teaching you the tiniest little adjustments you can make on a day-to-day basis can make all the difference in the world. And my mission would be, from our perspective, is to help people keep these basic ingredients, and people that were maybe on a path to getting this condition, because you mentioned 1.4 million people have this condition. Well, how many people are in the process of making it right now? If you want to think of it that way, that's where we are, is we're trying to help people to not go on a journey and a path towards there. We want their body to be self-healing as much as it possibly can. And the people who have already been through this or have it, we want to offer solutions to be able to help them as well. Again, we're not a cancer clinic. Nothing we do cures, prevents, treats cancer. We're not that way. But what we're trying to do is maintain cell health and self-healing within the body.
Yes. You talked about the OWL method earlier, the oxygen, water, light, and then you added a few more pillars. With the frequency pillar specifically, let's talk about that. I think a lot of people have disconnects with how frequency works in the body. Could you explain a little bit more of frequency and how it would work for a human body?
100%. So it's one of the pillars, one of those 5 top pillars
Yes.
that you have in the human body that people just overlook. So frequency is like guitar strings. So you want to think of as your heart has different, the cells in your heart have a different frequency or guitar string tune sound, or just frequency that they emit than maybe your small intestine or maybe your large intestine or your sigmoid colon, right? Talking about all these different areas. They all have different resonant frequencies. And frequency's been studied for many, many years. This is not a concept I'm just bringing up randomly, something that just got discovered. It's been by so many scientists for so many years. So nowadays, we found devices. They used to be big devices that would help with frequency, and they were just really complicated. But a few years ago, I found these smaller ones that are just truly amazing. You can put these in your pocket and reset the frequency to cells in your intestine or in your colon, right? Or in your pancreas, or all these important parts of your body. So these devices are some of the most advanced devices I've ever seen for helping frequency and tuning the cells back up in your body.
Amazing. Is there any daily habits that you would let anybody know that's having any sort of digestive issues? Because this could be prior to a diagnosis. Any daily habits that they can do to sort of help their digestive tract get that connection back to the brain?
Yes. So when it comes to like overall daily habits, in our Bodychargers platform, we have that 28-day cell sparking challenge. Each one of those days focuses on basic ingredients and teaching you what to do on a day-to-day basis. In that platform, we also have neurological specific exercises, which sounds weird to people, but it's like connect the brain. So for instance, a good example would be just putting a little vibration on your belly. If you have discomfort there, you could take a little device that vibrates, and maybe it's a certain setting that, I don't like that setting, but that setting feels good.
Yeah.
That would be an excellent way to connect your brain to your digestive tract that people just don't think about.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
What message would you give someone that has been recently diagnosed with this condition and feels very overwhelmed with it all?
It's got to be gut wrenching when somebody gets this diagnosis, right? From my perspective, I want to make sure people understand we don't treat cancer. I'm going to mention it again. But with these patients that have this, as soon as they get this diagnosis, it's got to be like, they almost feel like they're dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to, or some of them are like, no, I'm not gonna, and they're gonna muscle through it and get better. And then you start to weigh all the medical conventional options that they give to you. I'm assuming some people, have parts of the colon cut out when it comes to this. So it could be a myriad of so many different diagnoses or different level diagnoses you can get with this particular condition. But just know that regardless, you still should be focused on your body's ability to self-heal. And you got to do some basic things to get some of that to come back, because let's say they do chemo and radiation and stuff that can kill cancer, right? But it can kill other cells that are good cells in the body too. So from our perspective, we want to just do as good as we can to keep the body self-healing at the highest level. So anything's possible there, and you can, the body's so capable. That's what I want to tell those people. Have faith in your body.
Yes.
You've got to do the right things. We're here as a resource for people to give people real things they can do to help themselves on a day-to-day basis that they just don't think about.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Cormier. That does conclude our talk today. I hope that this helps somebody out there.
Thanks so much.
If you can relate to what we talked about in this podcast, then subscribe to our channel and like this video, as it really helps the algorithm. Don't forget, if you want to help yourself with self-healing at home right now, then simply become a Bodychargers by Dr. Chris member. And remember, our clinic, the Nerve Health Institute, is open all year round for in-person visits. For more information, just click the link below.